This is a little introductory video on just some basic concepts of bottoms up. Now, I haven't met one woman who does not want to work either her bottom or her core or both. So we created Bottoms Up over 20 years ago, and it's been going strong, helping hundreds of women stay fit in the areas that they want. So that extra jiggle area, we're just trying to tone up. Now, some of these exercises might be for you and some may not. And so I just want to make sure that you have some tools in your back pocket for modifications, just to make sure that if I'm saying do this, you're like, oh, I know this modification over here. And then we progress together. So the main thing we want to protect in this class is our shoulders, which we do some of it with our body weight, our hips and our knees. Most important thing. So if you have a knee issue, yes, you can take this class. If you have a lower back issue, yes. Hip issue, yes. We just want to be smart and we want to be effective in safety first. So one of the main things that we are going to do in this class is work our bottom. And so when we are here in all fours, one of the main things to keep in mind is when we're up, that our hips aren't turned out all the time and pulsing. Now there are a couple exercises we will do that, but the bent knee is just going to be here. We're also going to be taking a straight leg up and down. Now if your back hurts, you're not going to want to take it really high. You're going to want to take it low. Or you can take it in the middle. And it just depends on how your back's doing. Now you can take it here whenever you want. If that helps your back, you can take an arm out. If you have a wrist issue, definitely here. Or you can take it up here as we're doing things. We're going to be crossing over and up. We're going to be taking legs all over the place back here. And that stationary knee might give you some fits too. Bring a towel with you. Roll your mat up for extra comfort, or try to be on carpet as much as possible while doing these exercises, just to give that knee a little bit of cushion. Now, some other things with our back I want to keep in mind. When we are on our back, if you cannot lift your chin and keep an apple, the size of an apple, tucked here between your chin and chest, then go ahead and keep your head down. Whenever our head is up, there's an apple here, and our elbows are wide. If they're here, usually we start bending our head, which is a big taboo, because we want to use our chest and keep our head super aligned the whole time. So that's why even if you have a little small ball to keep it here, you'll notice if you're using your neck or not. Another area is to take those hands underneath your glutes. So if we're taking those feet up and down, or if we're extending them, you do not have to extend those legs. You can bend them instead of extend them. And taking those hands underneath will help you so much take pressure off the back. Now when we do our core exercises, we're also going to be going to the side. If you have a neck issue, by all means, keep a hand here instead of reaching and making sure you protect that neck no matter what. A couple other things to keep in mind will be with our band work. And it's very important to look at the video about the bands, because so many people buy them blindly off Amazon, throw them on thinking that they can do exactly what these 20-year-olds are doing, and some of those young girls are going to blow out their hips and have hip replacement. So it's super important to really watch that video to make sure that you have the right band for you. Now, as we are doing some of our hip adductors and abductors, is to make sure that you're not going super wide. So when we're here and we're squatting, and I'm going to come up just a little bit here, the most important thing here is to make sure your knees aren't in front of your toes, they're behind your toes, like you're getting ready to sit in a chair. And while you're here and we're going back and forth, it's really important to keep those knees behind. It's really easy to push those knees forward. And likewise, it's really easy to take those knees in. You want to track those legs with those toes in the front and from the side. So super important to really watch those knees. When we're squatting as well and holding it here, another good factor is not to drop it below your knees, especially as we age, because that's going to put a lot of the fulcrum on our knees, which we don't need to work. We're going to be using our knees a lot because of all these muscles that work together and wrap around. So we don't need to isolate them by putting tons and tons of pressure by dropping those hips below our knees. So those are the main modifications I wanted to talk to you about. And if you have any questions at all, please just reach out to me. I'd be happy to help.